Now, without further ado, we invite on stage Dr. Radhiah for her talk entitled Inspired. The stage is yours, Dr. Radhiah.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good morning, right? How many mothers or fathers here are actually inspired by their children? Inspired. 1, 2. Okay. Today, I want to share how I'm actually inspired by my children. So these are my 3 children. The first one, Irfan, the second one, Imran. And the cute little munchkin over there is Iman, the only girl. Please focus only on them, not the background. It's my home. It's a happy, messy home. Okay. I want to share how I'm actually inspired becoming an educator. A better educator, not just for them, but for anybody. The first one, Irfan. He is 12 years old. He is actually taller than I am. Even though he's just 12, he's still my baby boy. This one is actually very special. When I was doing my PhD, I had to go to the USA. He was only 1.5 years old. So he had to go through some things that I think is kind of difficult for him and also for me as a mother. So when I was busy studying, both my husband and I were doing our studies. My husband and I, we did our PhD over there. He was actually babysit by a very young Egyptian woman, and so she spoke Arabic to him. At home, we spoke Malay to him, and at the same time, he's watching TV in English. So it was actually a problem. When he became 3 years old, he still couldn't speak much. He was just pointing, just want to, get things. He was just pointing things. And sometimes he speaks occasional Arabic with me. تعال أمي تعال, and I'm like, okay. So we met a speech therapist, and she told us, okay, your son has a problem. He's having a lot of confusions with all the languages that you're exposing him. Focus only on one language, please. So we decided, my husband and I decided it's going to be English because, it's still a long way to go. So he spoke English. We spoke English to him. Everything was English. And we forgot to actually, instill a little bit of Malay language to him. So fast forward, when he was 7 years old, back in 2013, we came back to Malaysia. This is where the torture for him began. And also for me, as a mother. So, the first day at school, he was bullied, and bullied. Because of his differences. The kids were mean to him, calling him a lot of things. And even the words that he didn't even originated from the US, he didn't even know the word in the US, but when he came back to Malaysia, he knew the word because people are calling him that. He was devastated. I was devastated. Sending him to school was like sending him to a torture chamber. It was a very emotional moment, for me and also for him. So I transferred him to another school, and then the school was okay. I had to pay extra money. It's a private school, but it's okay because the teachers know how to handle him. My husband and I, we did not push him at all, in terms of education, academic-wise, getting good scores or whatever. We just wanted him to adapt with a new environment because he kept telling us, I want to go back to the US. I want to go back to the US. This is not my place. This is not my home. So I told him, this is actually your home. You were born in Sudan. Please, know your roots. So We did not push him until last year. He was 11. I was worried. He's going to take his UPSR this year. I started sending him to tuition. My husband found a good tuition place, but then still, he had problems in learning a lot of things. I don't blame him, because the teachers are teaching him Malay, and his vocab are very limited to communication Malay. So he was writing penulisan bahasa Melayu in oh jom kita pergi sama-sama ke kelas, just like bahasa pasar Malay. Okay. We went for a couple of tuitions, but then still he's not improving. Finally, I talked to my husband. I'm going to try and teach him. So I did. Now, mind you, it's not just UPSR, it's also PSRA, which is a religious test. So I had to be Ustazah Tauliah as well. I had to study and teach him. But he's not interested. He's just not interested. I had to find ways to engage him in the learning process. I had to find ways. What are the things that he likes? Of course, as the new generation, he's very tech savvy. And one more thing, he's very good at drawing. So I incorporated those two things into teaching him those subjects. Fast forward again, a couple of months ago, he took his UPSR and PSRA. Alhamdulillah, I am so proud of him. He managed to get 3 A's for his UPSR out of 6 subjects. His Bahasa Melayu, NDC passed. He got a C for his penulisan. I was surprised. I thought he was going to get a D, but he got a C. I was proud. And pengalaman, he got a D. I said, it's okay. I'm super proud of you. And he's also very proud of himself. For the agama subjects, he passed all of them. He managed to get 1 A, 1 B, and the rest are C's. I'm also proud of him. What is the lesson learned from that? My lesson. I actually tried to do a little bit of research about himself. What is it that he likes? How can I get him engaged? So all of these things, if we remember a quote from Sayyidina Ali, or is it Sayyidina Umar? I don't remember. He says that teach your children according to their own era. So the lesson here is, please teach our students, regardless of which generation they're from. Maybe you have to teach baby boomers, the older students. Maybe you have to go with the younger ones, to us that are actually, the lecturers are actually teaching the current undergraduate students. They are the new generation right now, which are very tech savvy. So try to implement the characteristics. We have to study our students first. Which generation are they from? If they are in a mixed mode of generations, then we try to cater to all of them. It's impossible, but probably doable. Okay, so that's a lesson for year 5. Now, the second one, the cheeky little boy, Imran, when he was 6 months old, he started crawling. But mind you, he did not crawl forward. Instead, he was crawling backwards. I think that's a normal milestone for certain kind of babies. They started off crawling backwards instead of forward. So I was like, why is he not crawling forward? I was so frustrated. As a mother, I was like, is there something wrong with him? Why is he crawling backwards? He's supposed to go forward. But then I was doing everything I could, trying to help him out, pushing his legs and all, going forward instead of going backwards. I was motivating, come on, Imran, you can do this, go forward, don't go backwards. Finally, he is a very determined baby. He was a determined baby, but he is still a determined child until now. He crawled forward after 3 weeks. And boy, was I very, very happy. Finally, he crawled forward. So that's a lesson. I learned that we tend to want to see a quick success. We forgot that the nature of life is actually we have to make mistakes. We have to fail. in order to master a skill. So, I don't know about the setting in, other university, but in my classroom, I always emphasize that. Okay, there is no such thing as stupid questions. If I ask questions, please answer my questions. Even though it's wrong, it's okay. I promise you, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to judge you. And please, your friends, don't boo your friends that are answering it wrong. Don't do that. So they are more open in the classroom. They appreciate it when I say, okay, the way we want to say you're wrong, there should be a nice way of saying it. And we give feedback to them so that they will know what are the things that they can actually improve. So they feel more open, more comfortable. Always encourage them to make mistakes because it's okay. Before they can get good at it, they have to make mistakes. It's okay. That's how we learn to walk, right? We forgot. We forgot that when we walk, we had to fall many, many times before finally we're walking. But as we grow older, we forgot about it. We tend to be so afraid to take risks, to make mistakes, because we're scared of one thing: judgment by other people. Right? That's what I think. Now, that's inbred. Now, you probably think she's too young for me to have a lesson, but I do have a lesson from her. She's 8 months old. She's 8 months old, but she does not have any tooth yet. No teeth at all. I feel like I'm going to take my own and give it to her. No tooth at 8 months old. And she's not even crawling yet. She's not even crawling yet. It's like, again, as a mother, I tend to be a bad mother by comparing her to her brothers. Like, your brother had tooth at 4 months old. You have to have tooth by now. You're already double. 4 months old, your brother had a tooth and you don't even have one yet. I was comparing her with her brothers, like, your brothers, they were crawling at 6 months old. Why are you not crawling yet? And I was worried, and I was also very noisy, And my husband was also worried. But then he said, look, don't worry. As long as she's healthy, she's happy, it's okay. She's gonna get there. Don't worry about it. Is he right? Is he right? No. He's my Mr. Right, but I'm always right. No, just kidding. He's actually right. He's actually right. So the lesson learned is, don't compare your students to anybody else. They are unique, special individuals that needs to be appreciated, that needs to be treated as a human being, and that needs to be nurtured so that they can take out the best out of themselves. Okay? Because if we don't appreciate them and keep comparing, oh, why are you not like her? She's very active in curriculum, she's also very good in academic. You're not even active in anything, but you're really bad in your academics too. Why is that? Don't say things that can actually demotivate your students. Because we will never know. One day they will become more successful than we are. Or maybe they will become a much better person than we are. Maybe not in academics, but in other kind of fields. Because there are many kind of intelligence. It's not just one academic intelligence. There's a lot more intelligence. Okay? So, let's recap the lessons that I learned from my children. Number 1, teach your students based on their characteristics and error. Okay. Number 2, let them make mistakes. Let them fail. But at the same time, try to help them out. Give them good feedbacks. Don't let them make mistakes and just leave them there. Help them out. That's our responsibility as an educator. Third lesson, embrace uniqueness in each and every one of your students. Because they are special, they are different in their own ways. So if we try to nurture them, they will be the best version of themselves. Okay. Probably what I'm sharing today is not something new. It's probably you already know this, it's common sense. But sometimes we tend to forget about it, we tend to overlook it when we teach it. So please, I'm just suggesting, maybe we can try to implement this when we're teaching, so that they will become the best version of themselves. And in order for us to do that, we have to do it from our heart. Thank you.
We would like to thank again Dr. Radhiah Shukri for her talk, the talk that inspired. Continuing with the spirit of our theme today, humanizing education through effective teaching, we invite our next speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Suraya Abdul Rashid. She is from the Department of Chemical and Environmental Engineering, Faculty of Engineering.